Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first, and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, Strike two! Fraud! Cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner. Hey, Braves country. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee, 2012. 2024. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavin. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by DM McGee, 2024.
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves country. We've got a lot to get into and a little time to do it, so let's hit the ground running. You see the lineups right there in front of you. Kid Kelnick's going to be leading us off. We're wondering who it was going to be. Michael Harris goes to the IL. He's going to the 15-day IL, though more on that in a second. I doubt it's 15 days, or the 10-day IL, excuse me. I doubt that it's 10 days. And we will be back in a flash. Real quick, I want to play you Austin Riley post-game last night.
I think it allows our pitchers to settle in, get into a good groove in the ball, in the ball game, and we're just trying to build off of yesterday. We got out to a nice start yesterday, and then did the same thing today, and just a really good start there.
For you personally, you have been hard at work. You have been patient to get to where you want to be at the plate. A single, a double, a home run, multiple RBIs. What was clicking for you here tonight?
Just trying to get something that I can, I can drive. Working on a few things mechanically to put me in a position to do that. We're working hard. It's it's been rough. But we're working every day trying to get this thing rolling.
Offense was clicking, defense was stellar, pitching obviously a difference with Chris Sale on the mound. What kind of tone does this set for the series?
I think it's a huge tone setter. After the road trip, getting out to a good start yesterday in that ball game, then carrying it over today. Chris Sale's awesome to play behind. I love it. I get a lot of action over there. Just going deep, it's a good start to the series, and try to build on it tomorrow.
So that was Austin Riley, and real quick, going to play you edited version of what Snicker had to say about postgame. They asked him about Harris, but they're still expecting an MRI release. Those accounts released sometime today, but they went ahead and put him on the IL, and Laureano was brought up. More on that in a second. But let me let you hear what Snicker had to say about everything first.
No, it felt good. I have jump out and have a lead like that. It's been a while. It's yesterday, Back-to-back. So yeah, no. Well, hopefully it's a trend. Sorry.
How's Michael doing?
I don't know. They'll MRI it tomorrow to see what kind of what level the strain is, and we'll DL him or IL him and go from there.
Doubled over in the first inning.
He just said he felt something, and that's usually not good.
Prior to the game, we talked about hitting being contagious. What do you feel like the answer was early on in the game to just where it was so consistent?
I don't know, just kind of one of them, had that feel again as they started out the game, and just some good at bats, and it's just, I think Austin getting involved is huge for us. I hate it for Michael. He's starting to swing. He's swinging the bat pretty good. So but it was just good to see the guys get a little something, keeping a line moving. I mean, it was really, really nice because we haven't seen that in a while.
Historically, one of the most successful teams in scoring the first inning, and it has been less true this year. But does that sort of remind you that you have so much of the same team players still there that you can tap into that team that was there last year?
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't know why that happens. Just good to see some of those guys getting some hits.
You mentioned doing what he did, hitting the ball as far as he did, hitting some balls.
No, it's good, really good, really good. You just know it's bound to happen at some point. Seen him do it too many times, seen him come out of funks too many times, and so that I'm sure that had to feel good for him too, to square those balls up like that.
In the outfield, it's just an opportunity for
somebody else. Yeah, somebody's going to get an opportunity to do something really good. We'll just decide probably this evening who someone's going to be.
Snit, you mentioned Austin. Ever since he came off of that injury a couple of weeks ago, it's been a rough go for him. How encouraging was it to see multiple extra base hits for him tonight, including that home run?
That's great. No, we've been kind of waiting for. I'm sure he's been waiting for it also. So that's big. it's big. And, it's not because he hadn't been working. I mean, he's been working his tail off, and we know what he's capable of. He's been through it before and come out on the other end, and he'll do it again, and he's going to do it again.
So there you have that. That was the Snicker talking about last night's game. And Chris Sale was interviewed after the game, and I wanted y'all to hear this. Chris Sale always gives phenomenal interviews, and he's still undefeated. Take a listen.
After the first three batters, it's really settling in and getting a couple big double plays after a couple.
Yeah, got a little shaky there out of the gate. Base hit up the middle, hit a guy. Guy catches one deep. Kind of standing out there thinking, what the hell's going on right now? Able to manage that, and then coming in, you're down 1-0. It is what it is at that point. There's a lot of game left. And then, a couple minutes later, we got just a commanding lead that kind of helps you settle in. And then, going back out there after that, what was it, 5-1 after the first inning. So, hey, just let's get it back on the rails. Let's just, keep it going in the right direction, and, just do everything I can to kind of keep it where it's at and give my team a chance to win. Both sides of the ball too. He had couple of really good plays. I mean, he started 2 of the double plays and had a really nice backhand that was probably over 95, 100 miles an hour. So and then getting back to it, he obviously had a small hiccup there with the oblique and had some time off. So that it's tough jumping back in here and hitting major league pitching over missing some time. So it looks like he's starting to catch his groove and get back to where he wants to be and needs to be.
It was routine for them last year to come out and get multiple runs in the first inning, but to see them. How'd that feel? And
yeah, I mean, the feel has been the same, really. I mean, no one's pouting. We haven't been, there's no finger pointing. There's no bad vibes. It's just everyone's just been doing the same things. It's just we're not getting the results. Unfortunately, this is a very result-oriented game. But everyone's doing their early work. Everyone's getting their lift in. Everyone's doing what they need to do. It just wasn't showing up. You kind of felt it over the last few days, like, okay, like something's about to happen. We had a great, ending to our road trip. And then, obviously to start this one off today was big. So, hoping the boys just keep doing what they're doing and stay the course and trusting themselves.
Chris, after the game, Austin Riley talked about how much he enjoys playing behind you from a defensive standpoint, just referenced it as being fun, seeing the double plays turn, just what they do. What do you enjoy about that defense, Mike?
Well, it's kind of the same for me too. I know that I got 3 deer in the outfield at all time that are going to run things down. I mean, hell, even in the last inning, you got Kellenick robbing a homer there. And defensively, again, you look up the middle. It's as solid as anybody you're going to see. With Arcia, that last play. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen him make that play. He makes it look routine, but that's not supposed to happen as easily as he makes it look. And you just look around the diamond. I mean, we got guys with gold gloves and guys that probably should have them too. So for me, I appreciate that, knowing that, on a day where I might not be striking guys out or when the ball's put in play, if it's not caught or it's a base hit, that's fully on me.
Chris, this is the first time since late April where the offense has put together 5 or more in back-to-back games. It's been since that Rangers series, which you actually pitched in. You mentioned that first inning, coming back out with a 5-1 lead. How much does that change your approach as a pitcher, having that big cushion that you might not necessarily be accustomed to over the last few starts early in the game?
I think more so than anything, especially after I had kind of a rough first inning, giving up a run, again, I put my guys in a hole before they even got to swing the bat. So for them to go out there and do that, again, as a starting pitcher, it gives me confidence to just go out there and throw strikes. It takes a little bit of the edge off. And again, the trust has always been there in these guys offensively. We're not showing up to the park not thinking we're not going to do what we did tonight. Again, this is a results-oriented game, but as a starting pitcher, I have a lot of time to look at the work put in behind the scenes. And that's what's really important from a teammate standpoint, is these guys are doing the same things all the time, no matter what. And, again, I just appreciate the work that they've put in to get back to where they needed to be and want to be.
So we're going to run short on time, but I'm going to go ahead and play Laureano's clip. He was interviewed in the clubhouse when he arrived. He's starting in right field. He's a hell of a glove. Well, more on that during the game. and he's been hot down on the farm. My pick to click today is going to be Kid Kelnick. He's hitting at the top of the order. Let's get it. Kid Kelnick and the Braves win. Let's go ahead and go for a shootout. Let's take the Braves to win 7-4. Here is Laureano heading to the Braves. Remember, he's an ex-Oakland A, so Olsen and Murphy are ex-teammates.
Ready to, play some ball and win some games.
You bounce around a little bit and struggle the last few years, and then you end up in an opportunity. You keep going. I guess this is kind of why you do it, right? For an opportunity to be on a contender and try to compete.
Yeah. Mainly because of that, yeah. Compete, come to a winning ball club and, help the guys, even though they don't need that much help. But, continue, Yeah.
What did you do in AAA to maybe get back in a groove, because you were really putting up good numbers down there?
Yeah, literally just as soon as I got out of Cleveland, just working on some rhythm stuff in the game and low a little early, kind of simple adjustments, and it was pretty good.
After Cleveland cut you loose, kind of what stood out about here?
Well, the situation with Ronald, and pretty much that really. But I wanted to go to a old school team in a way, so not really an athletic team. Yeah, let's say that.
Is that what you've heard about this team?
They
rely on.
I mean, not that they, rely, but it's just kind of that's how they go about their business in a way. Not that they're using really analytic, I mean, they are, but in their right aspects, let's say.
Mix of it.
Correct, yeah. It's just the perfect mix, yeah.
From a player's perspective, what is appealing about that specifically?
That you don't, what can I say? You don't bench for like 2 weeks, like that.
How much have you stayed in touch with Matt Olson or Sean Murphy or?
Yeah, here and there. Yeah, I let them do their thing, because I know they're busy here and stuff. But we catch up here and there, and every time we play against each other and stuff.
But if you're when there was a chance to join this team or this organization, did you reach out to them? Did they talk to you? Or?
No, I didn't want to, nothing really. I just wanted to do my thing down there and just deserve a chance to come here. So yeah.
You felt pretty cool to be back with those guys? Be back on those guys on a major league team?
Yeah, one of my favorite teammates ever. So yeah.
How would you describe just what the past couple of weeks have been like for you personally?
They've been pretty normal for me, I guess. I don't think too much. I just go what I have in front of me, and I just go like that about it. So I don't really think too much of how negative the situation might be and stuff. I just go about it like, okay, fuck it. Like, we got to do what we got to do.
A ton of positives of obviously coming here for you personally. So what have just been your first impressions of the room, just getting here, getting situated?
First of all, great from afar, great players, and great organization, and also winning games. That's what I play the game for. So, yeah.
When you said one of your favorite teammates ever, do you mean both those guys?
Yeah, both of those guys, yeah. And I heard great things about all the other guys, so yeah.
Is Olsen, he's kind of a joker?
Oh, he doesn't show it, but yeah, he is. Yeah, a little nonchalant joker guy.
He can talk some smack,
yeah. I'll get him.
So there you have introduction to Ramon Laureano. Who knows how long he'll be here, but I do believe Michael Harris II is going to be gone much longer than 10 days. Normally, hamstring, bare minimum, you're looking at a month. I think the Braves may make a move in between that, but until then, we got Laureano, who's going to platoon against good defense, and we'll see how often he gets in the field. But we're spread thin right now. I would think that Anthopoulos is going to go out and try to make a move sooner than later. All right, get ready. Pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Let's get it.
Drink like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry,
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
you're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, and here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Here are your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing first base for the Tampa Bay Rays, it's Yandy Diaz, 4 home runs, 30 RBI, batting .259. Batting second, playing second, Brandon Lowe, 3 home runs, 18 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .207. Isaac Paredes is batting third and playing third, 10 home runs, 38 RBI, a .285 average. Batting cleanup and playing right field, Justin Lowe, 2 home runs, 5 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .206. Randy Arozarena is the designated hitter and batting fifth, 8 home runs, 20 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .174. Palacios is in left field with 4 home runs, 14 RBI. He has a .247 average and 9 stolen bases. Med Rosario playing short, 2 home runs, 23 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .294. Ben Rortvedt is behind home plate. Rory has 10 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .254. Batting ninth and playing center field for the Tampa Bay Rays, it's Jose Siri. He has 7 home runs, 23 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .195. On the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays, it's Ryan Pepio. He's 4-3 with a 4.17 ERA, a 101 WHIP, 58 in the third innings, 43 hits allowed, 68 strikeouts. He has 16 walks and 8 home runs. He'll be going head-to-head with Uncle Charlie. Charlie Morton is 3-3 with a 4.12 ERA, a 1.3 WHIP, 67 2/3 innings, 60 hits allowed, 68 strikeouts, 28 walks, and 6 home runs served. Backing up Uncle Charlie in the bottom of the first inning and playing center field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Jared Kelenic. 4 home runs, 15 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .259. Batting second, playing second, Ozzie Albies, a .269 average with 4 home runs, 4 stolen bases, and 31 RBI. Marcell Ozuna, the designated hitter, batting third with 19 home runs, 60 RBI, a .321 average. Matt Olson is batting cleanup and playing first. He has 10 home runs, 37 RBI, a .248 average. Austin Riley batting fifth and playing third, 4 home runs, 23 RBI, batting .230. Adam Duvall is in left field with 6 home runs and a .172 average. He has 17 RBIs. Sean Murphy is behind home plate with 1 home run, 4 RBI, batting .130. Orlando Arcia batting eighth and playing short, 6 homers, 22 RBI, batting .229. Now, Ramon Laureano is in right field. He has 1 home run, 4 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .143, but has been red hot on the farm for your Atlanta Braves. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate, it's Nate Tomlinson. Chris Segal will be manning first base. Second base umpire is Larry Vanover. And down the third base line, it's David Rackley. Atlanta Braves come in 37-30 on the year, 20-12 at home. Tampa Bay Rays are 33-37 on the year, 14-14 at home. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 140 on the money line. The over-under is 8.5. Braves, run line, minus 1.5 at plus 145. If you take the Rays, plus 1.5, it's minus 175. Charlie Morton's over-under is 5.5 strikeouts for the day. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Braves, Rays, Game 2 of a 3-game set. Atlanta looks to win today and win the series with a possible sweep on Sunday. We got the Charlie Morton Uncle Charlie emoji kicking for you country club members. Braves, get your game face on. Let's get this done.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves country. Time for roll calls. The Atlanta Braves are going to be wearing their City Connect jerseys, white tops, white bottoms, blue sleeves, blue ball cap with the white front, blue A, outlined in red, the blue bill. Charlie Morton firing his final warm-up tosses. Gives us a chance to say hello to country club members Charlie, Pittman, Gary McCoy. We've got Robert. We've got what you talking about, Willis Mathis, Mark Ricardo, Nathaniel Brooks, Edward Spry. We see you in the chat. Jeff Pybus, who's just given a country club membership by Charlie. Also in Braves country, I see Nancy, Daniel, MG, Tony, John. If I've missed, hey, pushing buttons. Good to see you. Mr. Woodrow. We missed anybody? Jump into the chat. Tell us where you're listening from here in Braves country, as we're just about set for pitch by pitch. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way on a shiny, sunny day here at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Is a fastball fouled back by Diaz. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty on the bump. Pitch on the way, high and out of the zone, 95 miles an hour, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Charlie kicks and fires, 88 miles an hour. High and inside, 2-1. Yandy Diaz, 680 OPS, 259 batting average with 4 home runs. The 2-1 swung on and fouled back out of play, evens up the count at 2-2. Mark is in South Carolina. Charlie in Kingsland, Georgia. We see Underwater. Welcome in. The 2-2 pitch. Caught, looking, strike 3. Uncle Charlie got him. 1 away. 1 down. Uncle Charlie looking to bounce back from a couple of rough outings here recently. Nobody on, 1 out. Here in the top of the first inning, first pitch on the way to low is a fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Outside wide changeup misses, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty lefty. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string on that changeup out in front of it, 2-1. Same two teams will be at it tomorrow, and then we welcome in the Detroit Tigers on Monday night, 7:20 first pitch. So the 2-1 from Charlie. Lowe takes a timeout, steps out, steps back in. Infield's a bit shaded to the right. The 2-1 pitch, 95 inside, ball 3, 3-1. The 3-1 on the way. Kicks and fire. Swing and a miss, 95 up top. Full count, 3-2. Just updated, so the Uncle Charlie emoji should be in there. We thought we had it loaded in there. We didn't realize there was an issue loading it. The payoff pitch. Curveball outside wide, and that'll send the runner down to first with 1 out. 1 down. There it goes. 1 down, and that'll bring Paredes with 10 home runs to the plate. Remember that the player that was DFA'd a few days ago from Tampa is the first pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees. He called that low? Bad call by home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson. It's 1-0. The 1-0. The right fielder from the Tampa Bay Rays, he was picked up by Washington this morning. The 1-0 pitch right there below the knees, called for a strike, 1-1. So he didn't make it through waivers to the Atlanta Braves. The 1-1 count. Thought it was a bit of a crapshoot to get him to there. The 1-1 swing, and that ball's laced into left field. That's down for a base hit. That's going to smack up against the wall. Runners rounding second, heading to third. Long throw into the infield. We'll keep it right there, and it's runners on second and third, and 1 out. And Charlie Morton once again in trouble. Not loving the start here. Got too much of the plate. Little fortunate that we didn't get a run scored on that play. So Charlie's got to buckle down and go to work. Runners will be playing back here in the first inning. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Curveball to low. Inside, it's 0-1. Josh Lowe. Brandon is the one that batted second. So the 0-1 pitch, 95 miles an hour fastball. It hit the zone once again. He's getting squeezed by home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson. Not impressing so far. Should have been a strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1. 4-seam misses inside, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Morton releases. Swing. That ball's lifted high into left center field. Going back on the track. Making the catch is Kelnick. That is up against the wall. Darn near went out of the stadium. That'll be an easy run for Tampa Bay. It's 1-0. Good play by Kelnick. He had a long way to go and a short time to get there. He had to get all the way to the back of the wall. So the runner at second moves down to third, but there are 2 outs. Time is called by Arozarena. I think this might be an equipment issue. He'll still be charged the timeout, or at least he should be. Haven't been very impressed by home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson so far. We saw him a couple times last year. So runner at third, 2 outs. The infield is back. Charlie back to work. The first pitch. Fastball misses well out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Morton lifts and fires. Right there at the knees, 95 miles an hour. It's 1-1. Rays 1, Braves nothing. Top of the first, like to keep it right here just like we did last night. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up over the top. It's 1-2. Tampa Bay Rays are wearing their dark gray road uniforms top to bottom. I don't know if that's the ideal choice in the 97-degree heat here in Atlanta. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Just got a piece of that curveball to stay alive. It's 1-2. Charlie Morton, 23rd pitch of the afternoon. The pitch swung on, just got a piece of that curveball. Once again, 1-2. Chasing that one well off the plate. I would suspect they'll go back to that one again. You're going to chase it off the plate like that. The 1-2. Fastball high and out of the zone, 2-2. That might be a straighten up pitch and then go back to the bender. Rays 1, Braves nothing. Top of the first inning. Charlie Morton comes set. Delivers. Curveball swung on. Just got a piece of that one again. We'll do it again, 2-2. So the more of these he sees, obviously, advantage batter. But he is chasing some out of the zone. The 2-2 for Morton, 26th of the day. Swing and a miss, strike three, and we finally got out of it. Just one run could have been a hell of a lot worse. We'll head to break. Braves trail 1-0.
3 o'clock in the morning.
I've been playing poker with some blokes.
Playing poker with some blokes? You can pack your bags and go.
So can you, sweetheart? This ain't our house anymore.
But there's a tier level of like college and adult life, and I'm not going back to the college level tier. You can't go, this isn't walking back into my fridge. Not ever happening again.
Well, no, but
ice at that.
But if I'm somewhere, okay, Busch Light I can deal with. Natty Light, no. Natty Light, I don't even feel like it's, I don't know. Natty Ice, definitely not. That's just a headache in a can. But when I say cheap beer, like stuff that's not, you know, the upper echelon, I'm talking about your domestics. I can live on a domestic. I don't have to have the hippest, you know, $15 for a 6-pack beer. I'm fine with.
Oh, definitely. I mean, heck, let's face it. After the first two, they all taste the same after that.
Well, yeah, and if you're going to drink all day, I'm not trying to mess around with the double IPAs and porters and stuff like that. Dude, you're about to go to a dark place.
Armchair.
I just got out of Target, and this guy said, "Hey, you know that's not Nirvana on your shirt." And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know Nirvana, man. Bop's one of my favorite songs, okay?
The Red Stockings finished their first season with a record of 65 wins and not a single loss. They also managed to turn a profit for their investors, $1.39. The city that had once prided itself on the stockyards had become the baseball capital of the country, and the Red Stockings spread the gospel from New York to San Francisco, traveling on the just completed Transcontinental Railroad.
Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@BravesCountry. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Kid Kelnick will lead us off. Pepio goes to work. First pitch on the way. Swung on. Hard hit ball. One hopper to the second baseman. One pitch, one out, one away. Not what you want to see, but he did hit that ball hard. I'll give these guys a pass when they swing early in the count if it's a hard hit ball. When you see the early swings and they're popping it up or dribbling it, that's where you're like, man, come on. So one down. Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. Ozzie stands in from the left side. First pitch on the way. 94 up top. It's 0-1. Pepio is a strikeout pitcher. But you'll also see him give up some home runs. He's given up 8 so far this year. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. It's one of the main reasons why he's got a low whip, but a high ERA. Comparatively. The 1-1 pitch. 92. High and out of the zone. They checked down the baseline, but he did not go around. So a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty pitch on the way. Inside. Good take by Ozzie. Had to dance out of the way a bit. 3-1. So you got a 3-1 count. The pitch. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground, but right to the first baseman. 2-hopper into the glove. It's going to be a 3-1 put out. One down. 2 down, excuse me. San Diego and the Mets, they just got going. In the bottom of the first inning, it's scoreless. Phillies already up on Baltimore 2-0. They came back out of their rain delay and won the game last night. First pitch on the way to Marcell Ozuna is a 4-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty-righty, pitch on the way. 95 up top, top shelf outside, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Braves trail 1-0. The pitch. Outside, wide, good take by Zuna. That slider dipped off the edge at the last second, 2-1. Hurston Waldrop makes his second Major League start tomorrow. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, change up over the top, 2-2. What you'll see out of Pepio is mainly 3 pitches that he leans on. The 4-seam at 52% of the time, slider and changeup about half and half, equaling the other 45%. Then every great once in a while, a curve and a cut. The 2-2 swung on, pops it up. Does that stay in play? Catcher giving chase over by, just gets into the first row, really close to the Braves batting circle. Drops into the crowd. It's 2-2. You rarely see those just get over that very first. Of course, back in the day, not too long ago, 5-6 years ago, he would have had a chance to make that catch, but those nettings that have been put up to keep the fans safe. The 2-2 swung on, sliced foul down the line. Do it again. Remember when they first came out with those? There was a lot of pushback. People saying, nah, man, you're taking away from the fan experience. And then some people started getting smoked in the face because they were staring at their Snapchat during a pitch. The 2-2. 96 outside wide, misses the zone. He calls that a strike. Make that make sense. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail 1-0.
For nothing, it's 9:30 in the morning. You're peeling potatoes? I know what time it is. What are you doing? You got your uncles coming in later. You want to eat later on today? This generation. I'm done. What are you going to do? Call DoorDash when you have company? DoorDash? Send me some potatoes?
Okay, answer this question 100% honest.
Okay.
Okay? If I died, would you get remarried?
No, probably not.
What, you don't like being married?
I mean, yeah, obviously I do.
So then you would.
Yeah, I guess. Yes, I get remarried.
Would you guys stay in this house?
Yeah, it's a new house. Why not?
Would she drive my car?
Yeah, it's a new car.
Would you sleep in our bed?
Yes.
Would she wear my jewelry?
No, she probably have her own jewelry.
Would you replace all the photos of me in the house with her?
Probably. It's probably the right thing to do.
Are you gonna take her golfing?
Yeah, golfing's always fun.
Is she gonna use my golf clubs?
No, she's left-handed.
Armchair.
I'm going to go, and I guess to hone it in, I was going to say chemicals, but cleaning supplies.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
You can go cheap on them. You can buy store brand. Doesn't clean to your satisfaction. Just add a little more to it.
What you and I have told the American public today is there's certain things that you don't want to go cheap on, but if it comes down to your health or your cleanliness, you're fine with it.
Armchair.
Every magnate in the country is indebted to this man, Harry Wright, for the establishment of baseball as a business, and every patron for furnishing him with a systematic recreation. Every player is indebted to him for inaugurating an occupation by which he gains a livelihood, and the country at large for adding one more industry to furnish employment: sporting life.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Charlie Morton is a four-seam fastball high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Rays 1, Braves nada. The 1-0. Curveball right there. Kisses the black. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Charlie fires. Swing and hammers that down the first base line, but rifles it into the dugout. Rays 1, Braves nothing. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Uncle Charlie got the Uncle Charlie working, 1 away. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of Bally's falling in love with these corny all-star vote commercials. First pitch on the way from Morton is a 94 fastball to Rosario up top of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Roxanne fires in the dirt. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Go. High and inside, 2-1. Saw some of the comments in the chat where John's talking about wanting to party with Big Bear, and then Sean comes back and says, you're too old to party. Sean, something tells me you're too young to hang. The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Hits it high. Not very deep into right field. Coming in, making the catch is Laureano. He'll probably get a big round of applause. His first official play for the Atlanta Braves. F9 in your scorecard. 2 away. I think that alone deserves a little bit of a clap. First pitch on the way is a curveball to Rory. Inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Rortveld is his actual name, but I don't know. That doesn't really come off the tongue well. The 1-0 right there at the knees. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Speaking of Rory, wonder if any of y'all been watching the U.S. Open, keeping track of it. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up off the side. 1-2. You got a 1-2 count. Righty lefty. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Fists it foul. Do it again. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Charlie Morton brings it. Curveball misses well outside the zone. 2-2. Looks like the Cubs have taken a 5-1 lead over the Cardinals. The 2-2 from Charlie. Lifts, kicks, and fires. Fastball misses well out of the zone. Four-seamer. So it's a full count now. Chicago leads St. Louis 5-1. That was the early game today. There was a game that started about an hour ago. Toronto leads Cleveland 4-0. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Uncle Charlie's got it going, baby. Let's get them some runs. We head to the bottom of the second here in Braves country.
What was your unsupervised childhood activity that definitely should have killed you?
I used to fart in the pool and try to go underwater and sniff it.
Cause he's the armchair quarterback, the all-American man.
My number 3 that I can't go cheap on, cereal.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple of kinds that you can do, but if you're talking about... Like, don't ever try to do the generic Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like soggy before you even pour the milk on it.
It's before you even open the bag. It's soggy. You're like, how'd that happen? It came with its own liquid.
Armchair.
I love you, Rihanna.
Oh, no, you don't love me. You don't love nobody. You love your own self. Come on, love you. And sorry. You don't say nobody you sorry.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Baseball has fallen. Yes, the national game has become degraded. At certain match games, large amounts of money changed hands among the spectatorate. A noted New York club is said to have sold the results of a match. Barked chins and broken fingers may be easily mended, but a disfigured reputation may never be entirely repaired. Once more, abandon the bat, boys, if you cannot keep the game pure.
Welcome back to Braves Country Radio. Atlanta Braves trail 1-0. We go back to work with Olson leading us off. First pitch from Pepio is a slider inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Pepio's 15th pitch of the afternoon. Kicks and fires. Check swing down the third base side. Pepio's going to have to throw off his back foot. High throw. Did he get him? Looks like he got him just by a hair, one away. He was going off his back foot, threw it high. Great job by Diaz to go to the top and grab the ball. It was an excuse me swing by Olson. He realized that it was going to stay fair, so he took off running. Got him by about a step at the most. One down, first pitch on the way to Austin Riley. It's right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Austin Riley had himself a night last night. Almost hit for the cycle. A single, a double, a home run. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and swats it foul. Out of play, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch. Slider misses well high out of the zone. About eye high, it's 1-2. Washington's taken a 1-0 lead over Miami. That game is in the third. The 1-2. Rips and deals. 96 up top. Good take by Riley. 2-2. Less than a week ago, Riley's probably swinging at that pitch. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way. Way outside wide. Goes to the backstop. That's one of those ones you wish you swung at so you could take off running to first. You got a 2-2 count. Base is empty, one out. Standing on deck is Murph. The payoff pitch. High and inside. Ball 4. And Austin Riley, first base runner of the game, heads on down to first. Get it. Here comes Murphy. Sean Murphy still struggling. Never mind Duvall. They must have changed that last minute. Duvall stands in. First pitch on the way. There's a strike there at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, swung on, and that's going to be a line out, throw him out, soft liner to first, and they double off Riley at first. Soft liner to the pitcher, who doubles him off at first. So a bad break for the Braves. We head to the third, trailing 1-0.
Braves, wait a minute. Do you think you can get me a tape of the show?
What on earth for?
Well, how often do you get to hear your son on the radio?
I'm on the radio every day!
Cause he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks.
It could be like a government conspiracy, but it also could be something like, Bigfoot. What's your number one?
We never went to the moon. I don't believe it. I think it's a hoax.
All right.
They filmed it in a studio. Why didn't we ever go back?
All right, the crazies is coming out in us today. I'll see that and I'll raise you Area 51. I think there's little Martians and everything running around out there, and I think we're hiding something. We're hiding something out there. There's too many accounts of too many things that go wrong. And don't keep on telling me that it was a balloon that went by. The balloons aren't that big, okay? They don't go by that often. It's a little strange we haven't seen one in the last 30 years since technology's gotten better. There's been too many times where they've interviewed guys who were out there and they say, when they ask them, can you say what you've seen? And he goes, no, I'm sworn to secrecy. Well, why are you sworn to secrecy if nothing happened out there? Something went down.
Armchair.
I would put a committee together, get some coaches, get some players, and let's try to work this thing out. We can't ask these politicians nothing. Those people are awful people. They're all crooks.
On February 2nd, 1876, at Manhattan's Grand Central Hotel, a group of club owners, eager to tighten their control of the game, restore its respectability, and most of all to ensure greater profits, started a new association. They called it the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Charlie Morton will go back to work, trailing by 1-0. Your score, top of the third. The first pitch on the way to Siri is right there for a strike. It's on 1. Jose batting 195, the 0-1 pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss outside. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Charlie at 43 pitches. On the way, swinging, that ball is laced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Not what you want to see. A hanging curveball with 2 strikes. If Underwater's in the chat, I saw something today. Vogelbach got released by the Blue Jays. Maybe the Braves will go out there and get him. First pitch on the way to Diaz is swung on, chopper to second. It's going to be a 4-6-3 rally killing double play. You'll love to see it. Great job to bounce back on that. Washington leads Miami, by the way, 2-0. That game is in the third, I believe. It was Rogers versus that DJ Hertz guy that we went up against the other day. Washington is wearing their City Connects as well. I still contend those might be the best ones. First pitch on the way to Brandon Lowe is right there for a strike. He walked his first time up. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Did it get him? Well, Lowe will easily take that base. He doesn't want any part of that curveball from Charlie. So Charlie hits another batter on the foot. This become routine with him throughout his career. It's usually not a good sign on how his curveball's working. Skipped it up there. It hit the ground first, but it must have ricocheted and hit his foot as well. Oh, I don't know. Did it hit him? Man, if it did, it barely clipped him going by it. It would have had to have hit his leg guard. Paredes, 1-for-1, takes a swing at the first pitch, chops it foul off the plate. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Morton comes set, turns around, flips it over to first, keep low close by. So 2 down. Runner on first. The 49th pitch from Charlie here in the 3rd inning. The pitch. Swing. That ball's hit hard on the ground to Arcia. Backhands it. Flips it over to first, and it's a 6-3 put out. Beautiful play by the vacuum. The Magic Kingdom sends us to break.
Someone calls you fat. Just ignore them. You're bigger than that.
Hey, Braves Country. I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Your favorite shot?
Favorite shot? I don't know. I had it last night. Lots of them. I think it's called the Picklehead, where it's a shot of Jameson with a little bit of pickle juice chaser, and it's the most wonderful and terrible thing I've ever had in my drinking life. Because once you take the shot, and then you take the pickle juice, there's no burn. There's absolutely no burn, right? And then you're like, well, shoot, yeah, it's just Kool-Aid at that point. It can lead to very bad things. Trust me.
Armchair.
It is ridiculous to pay ball players $2,000 a year, especially when the $800 boys often do just as well.
William A. Hulbert, a ruthless coal magnate who owned the Chicago White Stockings, became the National League's president. He immediately took steps to revive the reputation of the professional game. Players were forbidden to drink on the field or off. No beer was to be served on the grounds, and no games were to be played on Sunday. Power was to be invested in the owners, not the players.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. Man, Jose Abreu, I saw he was DFA'd too, but he has been bad for like 2.5 years. First pitch on the way to Murphy is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. At one point, he was a hell of a power hitter, but you couldn't put him in the lineup because, is the 0-1 pitch? Looked like it grabbed the bottom of the zone, but we'll take the call. It's 1-1. Looked like he had, at one point he was a power hitter, but he's a first baseman, so he's not taking over for Olsen. You're not DHing him. He's now a soft-hitting first baseman, no athletic ability, and hits for low average and low power. Yeah, sign me up for that one. You couldn't even bring him in to say, well, he can pinch run. Vogelfat can probably outrun him. The 2-1, swung on, grounded it right through the hole. That'll go right through the wicket, and Sean Murphy has a very Smurfy base hit. Grounded through the hole, 4-6, just left in the second base bag, and the Braves got a runner on with nobody out to start third. Let's get him home. Arcia, Orlando Arcia digs in, first pitch on the way, grounds it foul towards third. It's 0-1. Cubs 5-1 over St. Louis. They are in the 9th inning there. Cubs were in their road 2 birds on the bat. The 0-1, 95 up top, 0-2. Those might be the best road uniforms in baseball. The Cardinals, 2 birds on the bat with the ice blue top to bottom. The 0-2 pitch, way outside wide, 1-2. Orioles have scored a run, and it is now 2-1. The 1-2 pitch to Orlando. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 96 blew it right by him, one away. 1 out. And Laureano will step to the plate. Ramon Laureano. 72 home runs in his 7 years. He was never really known for his bat. It was always his glove. First pitch on the way to Laureano, swung on. That ball is laced towards left. Good. Hard hit ball, but right into the glove of Palacios, the left fielder. 2 away. Something else that a lot of folks may not know, that Ramon Laureano was busted for steroids a few seasons back, suspended 80 games. So he knew he couldn't hit. He didn't have much of a stick, so he was trying to help himself out. Lineup flips over. Kelnick takes the first pitch, change up right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Pepio knew he was taking that pitch because he swung at the first one he saw first time through the order. He just kind of laid one in there, the 0-1. Swing, and that ball's rifled down the right field side. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Murphy is going to go first to third. You don't see that often, but that was a deep single into the corner. It was cut off by Josh Lowe. He got it back into the infield pretty quickly and stopped it from getting to the wall, preventing Kelnick to get a double. We've got runners on the corners. 2 outs. First pitch on the way to Ozzie, swing and a miss, 95 miles an hour right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Second time through the lineup seeing Pepio. Pepio, an ex-Dodger, so the Braves have seen him a few times. The 0-1. Pepio comes set, rocks and fires, high and out of the zone. 1-1. So 1-1 count. Righty-lefty open stance for Ozzie. Pepio turns around to keep Kelnick close by. He's well under the tag. Braves nothing, Rays 1, bottom of the third inning. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, the 1-1. Swing, slices it foul. Back out of play, it's 1-2. You got a 1-2 count. Pepio delivers. Swing, and that ball's hit high and deep into right field, but bends well out of play. Foul. Long, loud strike. We'll do it again. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased it off the edge. Change up, and that'll end the inning. So Murphy and Kelnick get on, but Ozzie can't get them home. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
So apparently it's rude to tap someone on the forehead and say skip intro when they start talking to you.
All-American man.
My typical favorite shot, honestly, is just old Jack D, ice cold Jack D. But if I'm going to pick like more of like it is the most dangerous one, and I no longer drink it, but man, a good Jaeger bomb.
I was about to say, it's probably got some Jägermeister.
But I'm going to tell you right now, do a Jaeger bomb nowadays, I'm probably going to end up in divorce court. So, because I black out and not only just time travel, I travel. I wake up in other cities.
If I remember correctly, you used to like slap your face like Curly, and then you would just do this shuffle step, and then it was on after that.
Yes.
We went into plan M for McGee.
Yes.
All right, execute plan M. Tom, Todd, you get the flanks. If anybody's taller than McGee, get him out now.
Oh, yes.
At least that's how I remember it.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember it, and that's kind of the point.
Checkmate.
Armchair.
To further solidify their control, the owners added a reserve clause to the contracts of the 5 best men on every team. It required that each play only for his current employer and reserved his services for the following year. At first, few complained. To be reserved was to be sure of a job for the coming season. Those who did complain that the reserve clause smacked of slavery, fired, then blacklisted. For the first time in the history of the game, players would serve the interests of the owners. For the next 100 years, the professional game would be dominated by those who owned the field and supplied the ball.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail 1-0. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Charlie Morton goes back to work. This will be his 50th pitch of the day. First one is a drop bunt towards the left side, but plenty foul. It's 0-1 to Lowe. It's just be easier if I call him Josh and the other one Brandon, because a little confusing in the lineup. Brandon's playing second. Josh is playing right. The 0-1 swung on, chopped foul down the line. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. The shadow's starting to creep in over home plate. So that'll be a factor for the batters for the next few innings. The 0-2 pitch, high and out of the zone, 1-2. Lowe hit a sacrifice fly his last time up. The 1-2, change up nowhere near the zone, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. The pitch swung on, lifted high and deep into left center field. Going back on the track on a dead run is Kid Kelnick. JK makes the catch. Long, loud out to start the 4th. About that time to start turning back time. We'll put these in as we go along. This one's really cool. On this date in 1999, so 25 years ago today, first pitch on the way, 93 up top. It's 0-1. Jim Abbott, born without a right hand, gets his first hit in his 11-year career when he connects with an RBI single in the team's 11-4 victory over the Cubs. The 0-1 inside to Rosareno. It's 0-2. So an 0-2. Curveball in the dirt. Bounces away, 1-2. The southpaw didn't bat playing for the Angels and the Yankees due to the DH rule in the American League. So it took him 11 seasons to get his very first at bat and hit in 1999. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, lifted high, deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. Just foul. Probably about 10, 15 feet right of the foul pole. 1-2. Braves 0, Rays 1, top of the 4th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. Curveball. So 1-2 count. Charlie Morton comes set, kicks and fires, swing, pops it up underneath that curveball, high in the sky. Duval comes in, left field, 2 down. On this date, in 1925, entering the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing the Cleveland Indians 15-4, the Philadelphia Athletics crossed the plate 13 times in the frame. Philadelphia will hold on to the lead in the top of the 9th and defeat Cleveland 17-15 Shibe Park. First pitch on the way to Palacios is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, high and out of the zone, 1-1. Can you imagine if there was Twitter back in 1925? It would be melting down in the city of Philly with the Athletics in Cleveland. The 1-1 pitch, high and inside, 93, almost got him. They're going to say it did. I don't know how a 95-mile-an-hour fastball hit his elbow and didn't bounce. Looking at it again, I don't see it. And the replay's not showing that he got hit. Weiss doesn't want to challenge it. Probably because there's not enough video evidence to change it. But that looks like another bad call by Nate Tomlinson. I don't see how in the world that was a hit by a pitch. So it was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. If that hits you, that's going to ricochet, show something. When the ball hit the glove, you saw dust. You didn't see anything as it went by the batter. First pitch on the way to Rosario is a swing and a miss strike, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Morton turns around. They got him. Well, that is what we call good old-fashioned karma, because that dude didn't get hit by the ball, but he got hit by the glove. Go take a seat, son. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th.
Do you ever just look at someone and think, you're the Monday of people?
So take us to 1955. Where were you when they won it all?
I was in the last period of the day in math class with Mr. Rabin. And it surprised me when I moved south that we weren't doing this. But of course, coming from the New York area, there was always at least one team in the World Series. So each fall, they played the World Series on the radio over the PA system. Remember, this is the 1950s.
So they played it during the entire broadcast?
Yes. And
okay.
Teachers had the right, to turn it on and off, maybe teach a little math and then go. But I distinctly remember being in there and, grabbing the side of the desk and just praying, and all of us feeling that way. And then when we won, of course, and I guess it must have been during math class, my best memory, that the game was won by the Dodgers. And we just burst out. And I still remember Mr. Rabin looking at us and say, okay, no homework tonight for you Dodger fans, but don't you ever mention this again. He loved the Yankees.
They were playing the Yankees.
Yes.
Johnny Padres will go down in infamy.
I remember hearing a report one night that, of course, the celebration broke out all over the streets of Brooklyn, and there was a pregnant woman who delivered a baby in the middle of all this, and he was named Johnny Padres, whatever. So there may be somebody still wandering around the streets of New York with that name.
Armchair.
Hi, I'm Mac Magee. Braves Country Radio. Pull up a chair. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves trail 1-0. Time to get some runs here. Marcell Ozuna leads us off. No better person to put up there when you need some runs. Looks like we have hit the 100 mark on the likes. Appreciate everybody smashing that sign. First pitch on the way to Marcel is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, and that ball's hit hard on the ground through the infield, and that's going to get into left field for a base hit. One on, nobody out. Nobody out. First pitch on the way to Olson. It's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Righty lefty. Pitch outside wide. That changeup, he's been trying to get left-handers to chase off the plate. Misses. 2-0. Baltimore has tied it up in Baltimore versus Philadelphia 2-2 there in the fifth. The 2-0. Pepio kicks and fires. Swing. No, he holds up his swing. Good job. Started his swing and held back. It's 3-0 inside. Thought that was going to be another excuse me swing, check swing foul. So a 3-0 count. Riley stands on deck. The 3-0 pitch, swing, and that fouled back, slaps up against the screen behind home plate, 3-1. The 3-1. Infield is back and to the right. The pitch on the way, outside, wide, called for a strike. Olson started to head down to first, but Nate Tomlinson calls a wide strike. You can make an argument for that one, but he's had a lot of bad calls today, so it kind of is more glaring. Olson takes his time out, steps back into the dish. The payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. Chase that one well out of the zone. That was about a foot off the plate, one away. One down, and Austin Riley comes to the plate. He's been swinging a hot bat of late. When he gets really hot, he can carry a club for a week or so. First pitch on the way is a changeup off the plate. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty, pitch on the way. Swing, fouls it back. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-1. I think that chase by Olson was more frustration of the call before. Sometimes you just got to wipe the slate clean and let it go. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires, high and inside. 2-1. Braves trying to get on that scoreboard. 1-0, bottom of the fourth. The 2-1 to Riley. Lifts and goes. Outside wide. Ball 3. So a 3-1 to Riley. See if he gets a gift strike here. Shadow's about halfway between home and the pitcher's mound now. The 3-1. Swing! That ball's popped up. Not very deep. Lazy fly ball into right field. Drifting into foul territory. 2 away. F9 in your scorecard. Might have swung at a pitcher's pitch there. So 2 down, and now It'll be up to Adam Duvall, who honestly hasn't done much. He's batting just 171 this year. He does have 6 home runs. First pitch on the way to Duvall is swing and a miss. Swung at one nowhere near the zone, inside up high. It's 0-1. That ball was closer to his hands than it was the zone. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Pops that one up. That'll be a lazy fly ball into shallow left field. Who wants it? The shortstop, Rosario, grabs it, and that'll end the inning. So Zuna gets on once again, but no one can get him over or in. We'll be back in a flash. We head to the 5th, trailing 1-0.
So I used to date this guy. And he... Oh, I don't think I'm ready to talk about that yet.
How to act when you see an attractive person. Quickly look away. Now slowly look back. Slight smile. Look down. Slowly look up at them. Start to wave high, but then change your mind. Now laugh to yourself. Now dead serious. Now blow them a kiss. Blow them another kiss. Now blow them a French kiss. Flare your nostrils. Now flick your tongue like a lizard. Now squint your eyes and mouth the words, "Call me."
I love when people are like, "What are you doing after work?" And I'm like, what am I doing after work? I have to make supper. I have to go to bed at 7:30. What do you mean? What am I doing after work? Are we meant to be doing things after?
After a spectacular early season in 1877, the Louisville Grays of the new National League mysteriously lost 7 games in a row. Players bobbled the ball, seemed to slow between bases, swung suspiciously wide. The Grays lost the pennant. Afterwards, some were seen wearing fancy clothes and diamond stick pins. An investigation revealed that gamblers had bought off 4 players, including one of the National League's greatest pitchers, the popular Jim Devlin. When confronted with the evidence, Devlin confessed.
Was introduced to a man named McLeod, who said when I wanted to make a little money to let him know was to use the word sash in telegraphing, and he would know what was meant. We made a contract to throw a game in Indianapolis, received $100 from McLeod for it, and gave it to my wife.
Welcome back. Top of the 5th we go. First pitch on the way to Rosario is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 93 down the track on the outer edge. 1-1. I think they would love to bench Duvall. Mark. This is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The problem is they're just so depleted right now with no Acuna, no Harris. The 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, bounces to the back track. 2-2. Thankfully, he didn't swing at that one because that one bounced around. He probably would have ended up on first. I guess you could put Anderson in now that Laureano's up, but they don't have much of a bat either. The 2-2. Inside, ball 3, 3-2. And people have asked about Forrest Wall. Evidently, he's been struggling down on the farm. So that's why they didn't call him up. 3-2 pitch, swung on, bounced into the hole. Arcia jumps, fires over to first. A great leaping attempt, but Rosario's got pretty good speed. He'll beat it out for an infield single. Diving attempt by Riley, just missed it. And Rosario knew he had to get rid of it fast. Didn't get much on it. Rosario beat it by a couple of steps. So 1 on. They're definitely shopping around it. Anthopoulos talked about it the other day. First pitch on the way is a 4-seamer off the plate. It's 1-0. Maybe with the injury to Harris, there will be a little more of an urgency to it. It seemed like that they were just shopping around, waiting until the deadline to see how things play out. The 1-0 up top, misses high, 2-0. The biggest problem is with the expanded playoffs, and that's good on the side of it keeps the Braves in it. You don't have to worry about winning the division as much. But the negative part of it is the 2-0, swing and a miss over the top, 2-1. More teams feel like they've got a chance now. And they're going to wait until the last dog is dead to be able to go out there and make a trade. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. You saw less trades last year and the year before. It continues to go down because they've let so many teams into the playoffs. And it helps out with the viewing. Baseball viewership is up all across the country, but it does hurt you when you try to make a move. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Charlie Morton got him with that curveball. Nice snapping curveball, one away. But I'm with you. 4-putt must have just joined. 4-putt, mentioned this a second ago. The reason why Forrest Wall is not, because he has struggled mightily in the last month. So they're trying to get him right. That's who I would love to see. I think the Laureano move was because they don't care if they use a move on him and have to DFA him. First pitch on the way to Jose is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. If the Braves send him down, other than anything but an injury, he'll have to be DFA'd. But they don't care as much about that as the 1-0 pitch. Right there at the knees, 84 changeup, 1-1. So I'd say they're trying to get Forrest Wall right and then bring him up, but he'll definitely be a part of their playoff roster. The 1-1 drops the bunt. Back behind home plate, it bounces foul. So it's 1-2. That's who I was hoping I would see too, but once I looked at his numbers of the last month, I mean, it's been pretty bad. He started off hot. You also wonder with Forrest Wall, is he bored down there on the farm? Is that why? The 1-2 pitch. Down and away, 2-2. Charlie Pittman asked, what's DFA? It means a designated for assignment. What it means is that you release them to be picked up by anybody. If they go through the waiver system and nobody picks them up, he can land back on your roster. The 2-2 swung on. That ball bounces away. It's going to be strike 3, but the runner's going to get down to a scoring position because the ball took a kooky bounce. It was a curveball to the outer edge, to the left-hand batter's box. Backhanded attempt, then tried to straighten up and block it. Was Murphy. It was textbook on what you're supposed to do, but it hit the top of his shoulder and bounced in between home and third. By the time Charlie got over to the ball, the runner at first, he scooted on down to second. So runner in scoring position now, that's not what you want. First pitch on the way to Diaz, the leadoff hitter, is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Nate Tomlinson is your home plate umpire. The 0-1. Rocks and fire. Swing. Slice foul down the line. Just out of play, 0-2. If you missed the intro, Nate Tomlinson, your home plate umpire. First base is Chris Segal. Larry Vanover, second base. David Rackley, last night's home plate umpire, is manning third. So an 0-2 from Morton. This is his 83rd of the afternoon. Pitch on the way. Curveball, tried to get him to chase. 1-2. Still 2-2 in Baltimore versus Philly in the 6th. Charlie comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pumped it right by him. That'll end the inning. Let's get Charlie Borton some runs, by God. We'll be back in a flash.
I don't know who put me on the list to work for a living, but it's rude.
I called you like 5 times and you ain't answered the phone because my been on Do Not Disturb all day. Well, people can't get in contact with you if you always got your on Do Not Disturb. I know, ain't it just wonderful? That's the point.
Here are some facts about Ireland that you may not know. Fact number 1. There are more Irish people abroad than there are in Ireland. There's over 80 million people worldwide that claim Irish heritage, and there's only about 6 million of us at home. The President of Ireland actually has very little power. The Taoiseach holds all the power as head of government. Ireland's patron saint, St. Patrick, the great man, was actually born in Wales, not Ireland. But like everyone else, he claims to be Irish. The submarine was actually invented in Ireland. The holiday Halloween, which is very heavily celebrated all over the world, actually originates in Ireland, derived from a Celtic celebration called Samhain. So you're welcome. And finally, for all the Americans out there, that White House where your president sits in, yeah, that was designed by an Irishman too.
Let me sum it up. Twitter is stupid, and Instagram is Twitter for people who can't read.
The magnitude of the conspiracy stunned the baseball world. The Louisville Grays suspended the accused players, who claimed they had only done it because their owners had failed to pay them their wages. Devlin was brought before National League President William Hulbert.
Devlin was in tears. Hulbert was in tears. I saw Hulbert take a $50 bill and press it into the palm of the prostrate player. And then I heard him say, "That's what I think of you personally. Damn you, Devlin, you are dishonest. You have sold a game, and I can't trust you. Now go and let me never see your face again, for your act will not be condoned so long as I live. Albert Goodwill Spaulding."
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Sean Murphy, who's 1 for 1, will lead us off. Righty versus Pepio. The Shadows are now getting out there towards the mound. The first pitch on the way. The changeup down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Curveball over the top. 1-1. Braves nothing. Rays 1. The 1-1 pitch. 94 out wide. 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pepio comes set. Curveball misses high and inside. Ball 3. Three and 1. Pepio only at 58 pitches on the way. Swing and a miss. 95 right down the track. It's 3-2. Murphy stands in on the payoff pitch. Down and away, ball 4. So, Sean Murphy finds his way aboard again. Lando Arcia comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. 89-mile-an-hour slider misses well inside. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Pitch down and in. Change up. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Braves trail just 1-0, bottom of the 5th. The 2-0. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch. Outside wide, called for a real wide strike. You can see the disgust on Arcia when his shoulders slumped down 2-1. Another bad call by Blue. But it's a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. The ball gets away. Where does it go? It ricochets up against the wall, bouncing around. It took the catcher a while to figure out where it was. He finally gets it. Anybody with any real speed is probably standing on third, but Murphy does make it down to second. Ricocheted off his knee pad, and that made it take off like a bat out of hell. I think the only thing that clued him where it was is that everyone standing near the on-deck circle took off and scattered. So a 3-1 count to Arcia. Likes to at least get him over. The 3-1 swung on, pops it back foul. 3-2. Not the pitch you want to swing at when you're trying to get a guy over. So the payoff pitch to Arcia. Murph on second. Here it comes. Swing, pops it up. Chase one and just kind of popped it up into in between home and third. One away. Bad swing by Arcia. All in all, bat at bat. That'll bring Laureano to the plate. Maybe he can get us out of our funk. First pitch on the way. Swung on, pops it up high. Not deep at all. So he sees two pitches so far and has swung at both. They've both been flyouts. This one to center, 2 down. They can send him back to the farm. Jeez. Either that or let him start taking his steroids again. So 2 down, and the lineup kicks back over. Kid Kelnick comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. Slider right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty-lefty. Rips and fires. Down and in. 1-1. That was a close one. That one we got the benefit of the doubt. So a 1-1 count. Just need a blooper, a bleeder, broken bat, anything. The 1-1. Swinging a miss over the changeup. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good take by Kelnick. Bounced up there. Evens up the count 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Braves nothing, Rays 1. The pitch from Pepio. Outside wide. That's the one a lot of folks have been chasing out there. Full count. It's got some two-seam action. Really takes off in the end. So a full count. The payoff pitch. Swing! And that ball's hit hard and high into right field. Is it gone? Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong! A 2-run shot into the night. A hanger, a banger, ding-dong, that pitch is dead. Jared Kelnick makes it 2-1. Your Atlanta Braves. Kid Kelnick. Is that a click? I think that's a click. slider. He just got it over the wall. You knew it was at least going to hit the top of the wall. First pitch on the way to Ozzie Albies, a slice foul and out of play. It's on one. Maybe this will wake up the Braves offense. Kid Kelnick, I like the idea of him leading off, especially against right-handers. Left-handers, you can go 100 different ways, but against right-handers, I like the idea of it. Well, even when Harris comes back, maybe put Harris a little lower in the lineup. First pitch on the way after the 0-1 foul off is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-2. They're still tied in Baltimore. It's 2-2 in the sixth. The 0-2 to Ozzie. Swing, pops it up. Back foul behind home plate, several rows back. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul, just got a piece of it, chased it out of the zone. They're showing Kelnick pumping his arms as he was running past first. I love it. The 0-2 to Ozzie, rips and fires, outside wide. That's that four seam that really acts more like a two seam. It's high and out of the zone, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Pitch on the way to Oz. Inside. Good take by Albies. Curveball down and in, 2-2. The 2-2. Rocks and fires. Outside wide. Good at bat here by Ozzie. If nothing else, he's making Pepio work. So you got a full count now. Pepio now up to 80 pitches. Remember, he started this inning in the low 50s. The payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Great at bat by Ozzie Albies. Fought his way through it. Now he's on first. 2 outs. But the big zoo is coming to the plate. They're going to go out there and talk to him, to Ryan Pepio. Believe that's their pitching coach, Kyle Snyder. It's kind of hard to make it out with these I believe that's a version of their City Connect jerseys. While they do that, good time to turn back time. On this date in 1938, in the first night game ever played in New York City, Johnny Vandermeer pitches his second consecutive no-hitter, beating the Brooklyn Dodgers at Ebbets Field 6-0. 4 days before that, he had no-hit the Boston Braves in a 3-0 win at Crosley Field. That's in 1938. Marcell Ozuna stands in. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and away. It's 1-0. The shadows are now over the mound. They're still a little bit, but all in all, they've creeped past the mound. The 1-0 to Marcell. Outside wide. Gun it down to first. Try to catch Ozzie napping. He's safe 2-0. That's one of the most maddening things about it when they make the Braves the mid-afternoon tilt in October in these playoff games. There's usually that shadow at Truist Park. So the 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. And that ball's hit high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. A 2-run shot. Yanked and cranked. A mighty smack over the track. And the Braves 4, the Rays 1. Here in the bottom of the 5th. That was a majestic blast for Marcell Ozuna's 20th home run of the year. Wowza. A shot. So that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. First pitch to Olson is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Righty lefty. 90 up top, misses. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Can we get a third home run of the inning? A 2-0 count to Olson. All the damage has been done with 2 outs. Braves have scored 4 here. The 2-0 pitch. Swing and pops it up. Foul back out of play over the third base dugout. It's 2-1. Marcell Ozuna, the 2-1 pitch right there at the knees, 2-2. League high 20th home run in 61st and 62nd RBI. 62. The 2-2. Swing, pops that up. Back out of play. Do it again, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Nobody on. Olson, who's 0 for 2 on the day. 2 down, 2-2 count. Deuces wild here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pepio brings it. Swing, and that ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Hit them where they ain't, boys, and they ain't over the wall. How about it? 11th home run of the year. 38th RBI, 397 happy feet. Ha-ha! Holy Toledo, we've got 3 home runs in the inning. We getting a time machine and travel back to 2023. That one went into the chop house. 5-1 your score. Riley gives them the man, I miss those Riley Olson forearm bumps. They're going to make a quick pitching change. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, say cheese. Oh, I'm vegan, so can't really. Oh my God. Soy.
Look at Soto. He's kicking. He wants to throw the bat at the fan. Let him. That's his manager pulling him away. Boy, how bad is Jody Davis hurt?
A fan threw a beer at Mario Soto, and that incited him. He grabbed a bat and wanted to go after the fan with a bat.
I tell you the truth, my wife and I, we never have sex. Now, we get undressed, we can't stop laughing, you know?
Hey, I'm from an era where we turn everything into a cup. Say what you want, but the salsa glass be making some good salsa water, boy. Yeah, you finish with a little jar of pickles. Boy, put some Kool-Aid in there. You use all the ragu out the glass jar? All right, put some soda in there. It's a glass container is empty and it becomes a reusable glass container. Shoot, you having company? Peel that paper off.
Oh, y'all fancy over here. This a fancy glass.
Spalding led his White Stockings and a pickup team of all-stars on a round-the-world tour to spread the gospel of the great American game.
We are up at breakfast early as we are to start at 10 o'clock for the pyramids. Camels and donkeys have been secured for the party. The ball players in uniform, as for the first time the Sphinx is to witness a game of baseball. After lunch, we have photos taken at the Sphinx and then proceed to play our historical game of ball with about 200 Arabs for an audience. They took more interest in the game than the average Englishman and did not once refer to it as the old game of rounders, you know.
Welcome back. Sean Armstrong comes in. Try to put the fire out. First pitch misses to Riley. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on. Lifted high. Down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is just foul into the corner. Maybe 5 feet right of the foul pole. So 5-1 your score. If you're just joining us, you missed it all this inning. Braves have hit 3 home runs, a 2-run shot by Kelnick to give us the 2-1 lead. The Big Zoo gave us another home run, his 20th of the year, a 2-run shot to make it 4-1. Then the Ice House went into the Chop House, a solo shot, and it's now 5-1. Riley fouls off that last pitch. It's 1-2. The 1-2, outside wide, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-2. Baltimore has taken a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 6th against Philly. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2. As we take a look at that out-of-town scoreboard, Washington leads Miami 2-0 in the 8th. The payoff pitch. Outside wide, ball 4. So Austin Riley is going to head on down to first. Still 2 outs. All this damage has been done with 2 outs. Here comes Adam Duvall. Detroit 10-0 over Houston in the 5th. First pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball off the edge. It's 0-1. It was supposed to be Verlander today, but he got pulled. I don't even think he even made his start because of some kind of neck injury. The 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. I was thinking that Houston could be one of those teams that could be a seller. The Braves have made some trades with Houston, but they're not that far out. As poorly as they've played, they're only like 3.5 out of the wild card. The 1-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Back out of play. 1-2. Giants and Angels are 3-3 in the 6th. Toronto beat Cleveland 5-0. Milwaukee leads Cincinnati 3-0. Mets lead San Diego 3-1. Cubs beat the Cardinals 5-1 earlier. The 1-2 to Duvall. Swing, pops it up. High and out of play. Braves 5, Rays 1. Riley on first, 2 outs. And a 1-2 count to Duvall, who's 0 for 2, the pitch. Good take, slider down and away, 1-2. I mean, this is a guy, if we could get Duvall going, he just has looked awful. He's had a couple of slivers, a home run here and there, but nothing consistent. The 2-2 to Duvall. Caught, looking, strike 3. Good Lord. Captain Buzzkill sends us to the 6th inning, but not before your Atlanta Braves put 5 on the board. It's 5-1 over the Rays.
Maybe I'm the problem. Nah, that doesn't even sound right. Stay woke in these streets.
Major League Baseball pitcher Brady Singer's mom reading the letter he sent her just before Christmas.
I love you, Mom and Dad. Dear Mom and Dad, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done to help me reach my dreams. From Woodley Field to Kaufman's. There's absolutely no way I could have done all this by myself. Both of you constantly took off of work and spent every dime you made just to put a smile on my face. My smile and appreciation for both of you has never stopped, and it never will. I will always remember traveling around Florida for baseball, trying to cheaply eat and save money, but I never could because you both always wanted me to have the best stuff to help me pursue my dreams. The money you both spent on traveling, gear, hotel, food, and all those Gatorades I drank is much more than I could ever give you. But there was something I want to give to you. I am paying off the loan from the bank. Also, I paid off all your debt as well. What? Now, instead of trying to save money every weekend to replace the savings account you drained on traveling to play baseball, you can spend it on yourselves. Because you deserve the very best, I want you both to know how much I appreciate you and how none of this would be possible without you. Your giving hearts helped to shape my tiny dream into a reality. I love you both more than you could ever imagine and will never forget what you both have done. Now let's go celebrate. Merry Christmas. Love always, Brady.
Despite their pleas for forgiveness, Hulbert banned all 4 players from baseball forever. For 5 years, Jim Devlin haunted the corridors outside meetings of the National League club owners, hoping somehow to be reinstated. Desperate, he wrote to Harry Wright, still the most respected man in the game. Harry Wright did nothing.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Braves 5, Tampa Bay 1. Man, does that have a nice ring to it. We head to the top of the 6th inning. If you're just joining us, 3 home runs in the 5th inning, all with 2 outs. Charlie Morton, who may have fell asleep on the bench next to Snicker, is back to work. Curveball top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. Charlie at 84 pitches. So if he can put one more in the books, it'd be a quality start, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, change up over the top. It's 0-2. This will factor into everything going forward. Braves with only 2 off days until the All-Star break. The 0-2 pitch, swung on, chopped foul down the first baseline. But with the 6-man rotation, you could afford to have these guys go a little longer as long as they keep that 6-man rotation like that, getting everybody a little extra rest. The 0-2, swing, and just got a piece of that. Belo tapping it foul back behind home plate. It's 0-2. The 0-2 from Charlie. Rips and fires 94 high and out of the zone, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's lifted high into center field. Drifting back on just before the warning track is Kid Kelnick. J.K. puts it away. 1 down. One away. First pitch on the way to the right-hander Paredes, number 3 hitter. Isaac Paredes with 10 home runs on the year is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1 count. Inside. 2-1. Some of the comments in the YouTube channel. So a 2-1 count. Righty. Inside. 3-1. Charlie Morton at 94 pitches. Charlie delivering the 3-1 pitch. Just misses up top, ball 4. So Paredes will head down to first. Braves 5, Rays 1. Top of the 6th inning. In control of this game, but you don't want to let them start getting a feeling they're back in it. First pitch on the way. Check swing at the curveball. It's 0-1. J-Lo. 0 for 1. Righty, lefty. The 0-1. Curveball down and in. Did it get him? Curveball just misses back foot. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Infield is back into the right. Riley essentially playing short. The 1-1. Chop foul down the line. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Looks like Aaron Bummer's working in the bullpen. The 1-2. Right there at the knees. Caught looking, strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 2 away. Good fastball right there on the edge, down low. Just spotting it right there on the paint in the bottom corner. So time for some pine for B-Lo, and that'll bring Randy Arozarena to the plate. Charlie about to throw his 100th pitch of the day. On the way, right there at the knees. Does not get the call. Change up missing. 1-0. Arozarena 0 for 2. He's a guy that's been rumored to be traded, but the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. He's had a really bad year, and he does have a couple more years of his left on his contract. So I don't know how likely it is that a team like Atlanta would grab him. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Over the top, 1-2. I do think it's more likely they go after someone like Andujar out in Oakland. There was a rumor being put out there that they were going to go after Andujar, maybe an arm. Someone tried to suggest as Mason Miller. They're not trading Mason Miller. The 1-2. Down and away, 2-2. Miller, I would think he's untouchable. He's got like 5 years of control, an elite closer. You don't trade those. Not this early. The 2-2 from Charlie. Swing. Pops it back foul. Do it again. Trying to get Charlie through this 6th inning. We can get him to that 6th inning. We'd be looking at a quality start. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, chopped on the ground, diving stop by Riley, fires it over to second, and it's a 5-4 put out to end the inning. How about that? Let's go grab the bats and put some more on the board.
Well, I did it. I woke up today. So, I think that's enough activity.
Here are some facts about Ireland that you may not know. Fact number 1. 10 million pints of Guinness are produced in Dublin every single day. Most of them are drank the same day. And we have lots and lots of different accents from Northern Ireland all the way down to Kerry. Ireland has 2 official languages. The English language we're speaking now, which is most commonly used, but also we have Gaeilge, which is our Irish native tongue, and not enough people speak it. I wish I knew more.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months.
Armchair.
So Pete Rose, the leadoff batter for the Philadelphia Phillies, introduced to the crowd here today. And Pete Rose, a man who has been a bat more times than any player in the history of the major leagues.
That if he keeps breathing, he will break Ty Cobb's record.
And, of course, the big question this year is whether or not he'll be able to play every ball game. He wants to. The manager says he wants to rest him. He's missed only 80 games in his 20-year career. And Seaver's first pitch, ball 1. Seaver with 264 wins, 156 losses. One of a few pitchers who has won over 100 games more than he has lost.
Armchair.
Devlin got a job as a policeman in 1880, died of consumption just 3 years later. His early death, said a Louisville newspaper, was an instructive example of the fruits of crookedness. The National League had survived its first scandal.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Sean Murphy comes to the plate. Yeah, they were talking about adding to the bullpen. I just, these wild, made-up rumors. First pitch on the way from Sean Murphy. Swung on, popped up high. Can of corn over by first in foul territory. Diaz makes the catch in foul territory near the first base dugout. One away. I think it's more likely if they were to go out, and let's say they get Andujar and they wanted to make a bigger deal where you're going to get an extra pitcher as well. And it still remains to be seen if they go after said pitcher, because if you get good starts out of Schwellenbach and Waldrop turns it on, you're not necessarily going to need a starter. But as the first pitch on the way to Arcia is right there for a strike, it's 0-1. I think it's more likely to go after someone like a Blackburn, one of the guys who's a veteran on the rotation but still has pretty good stuff. The inside pitch, 0-1 misses inside from Armstrong. Well inside, it's 1-1. So 1-1 count. Braves lead at 5-1. Armstrong brings it. Swing and slaps it back foul. 1-2. Lando Arcia 0 for 2 on the day. Arcia's batting average down to 227. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it over to short. Should be an easy 6-3 put out. It is 2 away. Two down. Bottom of the sixth inning, 2 outs. That'll bring Laureano back to the plate. See if he actually takes a pitch. First pitch on the way. That one he had to. It was well out of the zone. It's 1-0. Laureano 0 for 2 on the day. 2 pitches. That's his third he's seen. Both fly balls. We don't need another guy that swings at the first pitch. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. You need someone who can play that good defense in the outfield, but also work the count. Don't really expect any of these guys to come in and be the next Jorge Soler. The 1-1 to Laureano. Swing and a miss. Chase a cutter well out of the zone. 1-2. I know Wall has struggled down on the farm, but I haven't seen anything from this guy here that tells me that he deserved the shot over Wall. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Pops it up high. Out of play. I'm probably always going to hold it against him, too, that he got popped for the steroids. The other thing is, they may be doing that because they don't want to waste a move. See, if they wait till September to bring up Forrest Wall, they don't waste a move because he has not been on the roster yet. The 1-2, swung on, chopped hard down the third base line. And if they think they're about to make a trade, that very well could be why someone like Laureano is brought up, because they don't care if they have to DFA him. If he makes it back through the system, fair enough, they'll probably add him back, but if not, it's not the end of the world. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, and that ball's belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Making the catch at the wall. Leaping catch. Nice play by Palacios to end the inning. Man, he gave that one a ride, but just not enough. He shouldn't have stopped doing the roids.
How did he treat you? Like, where is he going? In the garbage. Where does he belong?
with me?
Did you know in Field of Dreams, the mysterious voice that speaks to Ray is listed in the closing credits as himself, and the actor behind the voice has never been revealed. A lot of names have been thrown around as the man behind the voice, like the star of the movie Kevin Costner, or the actor who plays Shoeless Joe Jackson, Ray Liotta. The author of the novel the movie is based on, W.P. Kinsella, has said that he was told the voice was Ed Harris, the famous actor and husband of Amy Madigan, the woman who plays Annie in the movie. But director Phil Alden Robinson has said that although he's heard a lot of names, none of them have ever been correct. Who was the man behind the voice that said the famous line, "If you build it, he will come"? The last shot in the movie where we see all the cars lined up trying to get to the field was all done practically. The production team worked with the town to get as many lights shut off as possible to get the required darkness. They also had about 2,000 cars participate in that traffic line. To be able to speak to all the extras at once, the director's instructions were actually broadcast through a local radio station, and one of those instructions was for the cars to flash their high beams on and off to make it seem like there was more movement than there actually was.
Funny story about me. If you're a jackass who parks halfway into the next parking spot because you don't want someone parking next to you, I have a tiny car. I'm gonna be the jackass that makes sure we both fit in the one spot.
Baseball has these absolutely unique sounds. The sounds of spring, of summer, drift out across the fields. You know, the sound of the ball against the bat is absolutely extraordinary. I don't know any American male that doesn't hear that in the springtime and get called back to some moment in the past or summer days in the past.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves lead this one 5-1. Charlie Morton, 6 innings, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. One was a hit by a pitch. First pitch on the way from Aaron Bummer, who comes in leading 5-1. He's right there for a strike to Palacios. It's 0-1. Bummer, a 3.63 ERA, the 0-1. Lefty in the dirt, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Hey, there's the goat. Hadn't seen you in a while, buddy. The 1-1 pitch. Down and in, 2-1. Never got a response on that email, goat, but hopefully everything got to you. Hopefully you enjoyed your time with the folks. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled back out of play, 2-2. Braves 5. Rays 1. Atlanta Braves did their damage in the bottom of the 5th inning, where Jared Kelenic hit a 2-run home run to take the lead, 2-1. The 2-2. Slice fouling out of play. Do it again, 2-2. That was followed up by Marcell Ozuna's 20th home run of the year, a 2-run shot. And then Matt Olson got into the shenanigans, hitting a solo shot right after that. The 2-2. The pitch on the way, in the dirt, 3-2. So you got a payoff pitch to start the inning from Bummer. Lefty, pitch on the way, swung, chop, foul down the first base side. We'll do it again, 3-2. Jarek 859, gifted a membership by the GOAT. Welcome to the country club, Jarek. Lefty, pitch on the way. Caught, looking, strike 3. Palacios knew it. He went down to his knees knowing he should have swung at that. That was dotting the I's. Pretty pitch. One away. One down. Pitch on the way. 94 low. It's 1-0. Med Rosario, the batter. The 1-0. Sweeper. Misses down just below the knees. 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Kicks and fires. Inside. Sinkers misses. 3-0. Braves 5, Tampa 1, top 7, 1 out. The pitch. Inside ball 4. So Bummer, after fighting to get that first out, throws a 4-pitch walk. Only good thing you can take from that is all those pitches were really close except for the 2-0. You don't want to start putting ducks on the pond with a 4-run lead. Braves would love for him to just be the guy that gets him through the 7th, but at the same token, way they've struggled here recently, you do not want to turn a win away. Looks like this will be Alex Jackson pinch hitting for the catcher Rory. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Right there, teardrop sweeper on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Alex Jackson, the ex-Atlanta Brave, batting .075 with 1 home run, 4 RBI. The 0-1 to Jackson. Outside wide, 1-1. Got a 1-1 count. Pitch from Bummer. Right there. Kisses the black on the outer edge, 1-2. You don't remember Alex Jackson. He was with the Braves back in the Tyler Flower days. He was one of those guys that they would it was kind of like our Chadwick Tromp at the time. They'd shuttle him in and out of the minors. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled down the first base side. We'll do it again. The 1-2 count. Runner at first, 1 out. Bummer, who's known as a ground ball pitcher, looking for that double play. Instead, he'll take the sweeper for the strikeout. 2 away. That thing swept in down below the ankles of Jackson. Could not lay off of it. 2 strikes, that's a tough pitch to lay off. Diving deep in towards the back foot. First pitch on the way is chopped foul down the line. It's 0-1. Chadwick Tromp is in AAA, John. I see the question. He's getting regular starts down there. I follow all of their stuff, and I see him in the lineup pretty regularly. The 0-1. Swing and a miss over the top. Sweeper, it's 0-2. So 0-2 count to Jose. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll end the inning. So Bummer comes in and does what he's supposed to do. We'll grab the bats and try to add to this lead. Get up and stretch, Braves country. It's the 7th inning.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the top. Find me something up. Practice Jack.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Clevenger is the new pitcher. The left-hander will face Kelnick, who's 2 for 3 with the bomb. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball, fisted foul, back out of play. It's 0-1. Garrett Clevenger, 2.63 ERA. The 0-1. Fastball right down the track on the outer edge. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch swung on, just got a piece of that to stay alive. Do it again, 0-2. Alex Jackson did stay in to catch. The 0-2. Slider down and away. Did he go around? Third base umpire David Rackley says no dice. 1-2. The 1-2 from Clevenger. Swing and fouls it away. Do it again, 1-2. If he sounds familiar, Clevenger, who's been with Tampa Bay since 2022, he started out with the Phillies in 2020 and then with the Dodgers in 21. The 1-2 pitch, kicks and fires, swing and lifts it high, deep down the left field line. It's going back on the track, making the catch in the corner at the edge of the warning track is the left fielder Palacios, one away. Kelnick had that skip to him like he thought he may have gotten a hold of that one. Ozzie Albies stands in, lefty-righty. Open stance for the Wiz. Pitch on the way. Down and in. 1-0. Braves 5, Rays 1. The 1-0 to the Wiz. Swing, and that ball's belted down towards left field. Stops in his tracks. Went to run back and realized he had misread it. Makes the catch again, Palacios, 2 away. Thought he'd gotten that a little further in the corner. Thought that might be extra bases. Marcell Ozuna, if he gets a hold of one, it will be extra bases. He stands in. His 20th home run and 62nd RBI. Last time up, 2 for 3 on the day. The first pitch to Marcell is a sweeper outside wide. It's 1-0. Looks like Baltimore, with the help of an Anthony Santander home run just moments ago, has extended their lead over Philadelphia 5-2 in the 8th. The 1-0, swatted back foul, out of play, 1-1. Really would like to see them get a couple of more insurance runs. The 1-1 count, pitch on the way to Ozuna. Swing and a miss. Sweeper over the top, 1-2. Be interesting to see who they pull out of the pen today. I would think it would probably be Pierce Johnson's turn, but we'll see how they play this. Jimenez had the day off yesterday, but he had worked several times in the last few days before that. The 1-2 pitch on the way to the Big Zoo. Chalk swing down the third base line. Is it going to stay fair? It is going to roll and die. Our base hit. You don't get to say this very often. The Big Zoo has an infield single. How about that? Just a number on the edge of the bat. It danced in between the foul line and the grass, and I thought for sure that last bump of the grass was going to knock it foul, but took a backspin and stayed. So that'll bring Olson to the plate. First pitch to Olson, who hit a home run his last time up, is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Olson 1 for 3. The solo shot. The 0-1. Outside wide, 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Right there, sweeper at the knees, 1-2. Austin Riley stands on deck. The 1-2. Lets her rip. Swing and chops it foul back behind home plate. Hit him with the fastball. Trying to lull him to sleep and then sneak that four-seamer by him. Atlanta Braves, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Tampa Bay, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball is swatted into right field. That's down for a base hit. And that'll put runners on first and second. And 2 outs. And the 2-out avalanche continues. Braves scored all 5 runs in the 5th inning with 2 outs. They're going to try to tack on to the lead here with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting for Olson, his second hit of the day. Austin Riley stands in. The first pitch, swing, and that ball's blasted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ramalama ding dong. A 3-run shot into the bullpen. 425 happy feet. Your Atlanta Braves 8. Tampa Bay 1. Fastball in the outer part of the plate. And that is a pitch that he has been dying at the warning track for Riley over this past month. And he banged it. Hell of a catch by Pierce Johnson in the bullpen, by the way. Hell of a catch. I want to put him in the pen. So, that'll bring Adam Duvall to the plate. First pitch on the way, sweeper inside. It's 1-0. All 8 runs of your Atlanta Braves tonight have come with 2 outs. And after the 5th inning, the 1-0, down below the knees, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Lefty righty. Kicks and fires. Inside. Ball 3, 3-0. Braves have now notched 8 runs on 9 hits. No errors. The 3-0 pitch to Duvall. Way outside wide, ball 4. Sean Murphy comes to the plate. Murph takes the first pitch up top, misses high, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. Braves 8, Rays 1. Alex Jackson going out there to talk to Clevenger. Well, he does that the last turn back time. On this date in 1949, shortly after 1 a.m., Ruth Ann Steinhagen shoots Eddie Waitkus in the chest with a rifle at Chicago's Edgewater Beach Hotel after luring him to her room with an urgent note delivered by the bellhop. The obsessed fan who became infatuated with the first baseman when he played at Chicago as the first pitch on the way to Murphy is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Apparently became agitated because the Cubs traded the infielder to Philadelphia. And that's your turn back time for Major League Baseball in 1949 on this date throughout June 15th in Major League Baseball. The 1-1's down and away, misses. Ball 2, 2-1. So a 2-1 to Murphy. He in his own right is 1 for 2 with a walk. The 2-1, down and away, ball 3, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. Inside. Full count. The payoff pitch from Clevenger. Runner at first will be on the go. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll end the inning, but not for your Atlanta Braves. Tack 3 more on the board. It's 8-1 here in Atlanta.
Can someone please tell me at what age do men start scream sneezing?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. 1278. Wait, what happened? 1278. I ain't even ordered yet, big bro. 1278. Pull to the window. Well, let me get a double Western bacon cheese. Yes. A double Western bacon cheeseburger, extra barbecue sauce with 3 tenders, 2 ranch, and 2 barbecue sauces. Why did you plan Trail Demetrius Jefferson? Well, damn, baby. How you know it's me? You only come to my drive-thru setting. You're at 2:55 p.m. And I can smell that cheap-ass roast cologne. Hey, you good, baby. You need a raise. But, yeah, let me get that chocolate shake. Yeah, let me get a chocolate shake. You know one of the chocolate shakes since you know everything? Yeah, let me add a chocolate shake. This window, stop playing with me. I just clocked in. And you lactose intolerant. 1278, pull up to this window. And you good. You good, baby.
On the outside, with the tattoos and the piercings and wearing mostly black, I look like a badass. But on the inside, I'm having a panic attack in the Trader Joe's because there's too many people in one aisle.
Despite growing professionalism, the pure game survived in thousands of small towns all across the country. Sam Crawford, who would one day become one of the best outfielders in the game, first played on a traveling town team from Wahoo, Nebraska.
I remember when I made my first baseball trip, a bunch of us from around Wahoo made a trip overland in a wagon drawn by a team of horses. I think there were 11 or 12 of us. One of the boys was a cornet player, and when we'd come to a town, he'd whip out that cornet and sound off. People would all come out to see what was going on, and we'd announce that we were the Wahoo team and were ready for the ball game.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. It is Pierce Johnson that comes out of the pen. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knees. 0-1. Pierce Johnson, 4.03 ERA. The 1-0. Right there, belt high for a strike, 1-1. Braves 8, Rays 1. I would think, assuming that Pierce doesn't spit the bit here, probably see Ray Kerr in the 9th. The 1-1, foul back, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Pitch on the way from Pierce. Swing, and the ball slapped in through the infield. It's going to be a single into right. 1 on, nobody out for Tampa. infield shift was played to the left, and he just hit it against the shift. If you're played where a straight-up infield defense, that's an easy 4-3 put-out. But instead, you got one on, nobody out, righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way to Belo is swung on, lifted high and deep into center field. Going back, making the catches. Kelnick fires it into the infield. Runner tags up. Errant throw allows the infielder to come up. Close play if that ball's on target. And kind of foolish of Diaz to tag up. Trailing 8-1. If that throws on the money, he probably gets him. Runner at second, one out. Pitch on the way to Paredes is a fastball right down the pipe. 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pierce lifts his red glove. Kicks and deals. Fastball, 96, outer edge. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Same two teams back at it tomorrow, 1:30 Herson Waldrop Day. The 0-2 pitch. Pierce Johnson lets her rip. Fastball high and out of the zone. 1-2. Baltimore has taken a 6-2 lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. That game is in the 9th inning. 1 on and nobody out. Philly batting. The 1-2. That's a rip. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Backhanded by Ozzie. Ozzie flips it over to first. And it's a 4-3 put out, 2 away. What are y'all talking about? I see something about. I see. Brian says it's 95 degrees here. I wouldn't be golfing at gunpoint, Willis. I don't know what y'all are talking about, but yeah, it's he must be down in Florida or Georgia. Pierce Johnson, now with a runner at third and 2 outs, fires a curveball off the edge to J-Lo. 1-0. J-Lo 0 for 2 at the sac fly and an RBI in the first. The only RBI of the game for Tampa, the 1-0. Swing and a miss curveball off the edge. 1-1. Near Talladega. Gotcha. I assume it's always 95 degrees in Talladega. The 1-1 pitch. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Braves 8, Rays 1, top of the 8th. The 2-1. Curveball, swing and a miss. Good pitch. 2-2. Yeah, I can't wait till the end of this game. I'm jumping in the pool. It's in the 90s here. The pool water will just stop boiling about the time this game ends. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. PJ dropping that curveball on him, baby. We take it to the 8th. The bottom of the order coming to the plate.
You must have someone in your family that's a lawyer. Why, because I'm Jewish? It's like me saying, hey, you're Indian. Doesn't your cousin work in a call center? My cousin does work in a call center. And my cousin's a lawyer.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
Where's my tickets to the Sonics game? They were here just a second ago. Somebody stole my tickets to the Sonics game! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, got it. Got it.
Hey, where the hell's my Lasorda tape? This is tough!
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Hey, man, Mike's studying. I don't want to bother him.
Yeah, well, you get back in there and finish, man. But see, in this house, people study when they're supposed to.
Good thing I'm not a member of this house.
Well, you heard of the extended family? Well, this weekend you part of one, which gives me the right to extend this belt to your behind if I feel like it.
Every little town out there on the prairie had its own ball team and ball grounds, and we challenged them all. It wasn't easy to win those games. Each of those towns had its own umpire, so you really had to go some to win. We were gone 3 or 4 weeks. We'd take up a collection at the games, pass the hat, you know, and that paid our expenses, or some of them anyway. One of the boys was the cook, but all he could cook was round steak. We'd drive along the country roads, and if we came to a stream, we'd go swimming. If we came to an apple orchard, we'd fill up on apples. If we were near some fairgrounds, we'd slip in there. If we were near a barn, well, Sam Crawford, Wahoo, Nebraska.
As y'all that play fantasy baseball, I streamed that DJ Hurts today because he was going against Miami. And I had a string to play with. I'm in a tight race in my Dynasty League. That dude went out there and spun 13 strikeouts, 6 innings, 1 hit, didn't allow a run or a walk. Man, that's talking about hitting the lottery. First pitch on the way to Arcia is down and in, 4-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, and that ball's chopped over to short. Should be an easy play for Rosario. It is. 6-3 put out. 1 away. You got to start looking at it. Defensively, he's phenomenal, but offensively, you got to start wondering if you need some kind of platoon system there at shortstop. So Orlando is just not bringing you anything, especially when he faces right-handers. Laureano comes to the plate. He takes the first pitch in the dirt, 98 miles an hour from Fairbanks. They're just trying to get him some work. He comes in when they've got the lead, but they're just trying to get him some work at this point of the week. Laureano 0 for 3, batting 137 on the year. The 1-0 swing. The ball's hammered down the left field line. Foul. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. They're not likely to bring Nacho up because they don't want to waste service time. The 1-1, high and out of the zone, 2-1. Plus, if Nacho comes up, the idea would be that he's going to play every day, and I don't think they'd have him play every day. The 2-1, high and out of the zone, ball 3-1. You almost wonder if Nacho could be moved at the deadline as a part of a deal to bring something enticing in. I'd hate to see it because I'm a Nacho fan. I talked about that during spring training, the games we do, but he could be moved. The 2-1 pitch, swing, and that ball's rifled into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Laureano gets on with 1 out. They're trying to teach Laureano the little celebration. Raylo still say they need to go back to the chop. That was by far the best celebration they did. Kelnick digs in. First pitch on the way to JK, and he rifles it into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Kid Kelnick, his 3rd hit of the day. First time being the leadoff hitter. Let's get it, Kid Kelnick. Smoked that one into the gap. Good job by the center fielder. Jose cutting it off. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and the Wiz comes to the plate. First pitch on the way to Ozzie, swung on, lift high into left field. Runner's going to tag. Here comes the throw. Laureano up the line, and the Braves have taken a 9-1 lead.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
Nine to 1 your score. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Marcell Ozuna, what's he done today? Well, he's just 3 for 4. The home run, this 20th of the year. First pitch on the way to Marcell. Check swing. Another one down towards the shortstop side. Quick play by Zaria is going to be a 6-3 put out to end the inning. If Ozuna had a little better speed, he might have beat that out, but instead the Braves will settle for one. We're up 9-1, and we'll try to slam the door shut when we come back.
Oh, I'm Dean Martin. I'm trying to renew my license.
Mind if I call you Dino? You know, I watch your show on and off.
You do?
Sure, every time it's on, I turn it on.
Go ahead, ask me a few questions.
Just look, do you drink when you drive?
Of course not.
Then I guess you don't drive very much. You need glasses?
Only when I drink.
You snitch on your coworkers for $1,000 a week?
Sherelle had Keisha clock her in 3 times early this week, and she wasn't even here because her baby daddy moved further out. Jerome be doing donuts on the forklift in the warehouse, and he never changed out the propane tanks. And Cindy and HR be doing powder.
What was the coolest rule that your parents gave you growing up?
My parents had this real cool rule. So basically, if I went to school and I got good grades, I stayed out of trouble, did my chores at home, didn't talk back. I mean, not that I would want to, because the last time I did, I got my head knocked between the washer and dryer and I had a hard time getting it out. But either way, do good in school, do good at home. They would give me an allowance. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. They allowed me to stay in their house.
Bro, Blake, play for the love of the game, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Money should not be a thing. Bro, I'm risking my life. It's not worth it. It's not.
You are so going to end up in porno.
In 1878, more than 8 million bats were sold in the United States. And players often rode to the ball field in painted carriages, singing team songs. Everybody had a team. At Orting, Washington, the Fats took on the Lean. Whalers, frozen in at Herschel Island above the Arctic Circle, played too, naming their teams the Hoodlums, Walruses, and Blubbers.
You're listening to Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Ray Kerr. We thought we might see him today. He's down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires, 97. A little high and out of the zone, but that's a 9-1 strike. In the 9th inning, it's 1-1. So 1-1 count. Swing, and that ball's blasted deep into the left field seats. It's 9-2 here in the top of the 9th. Ray Kerr gives up that bomb to Randy Arozarena, 9th home run of the year, 21st RBI. That was a hanging bender, and he did not miss it. So nobody out. First pitch on the way, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, lefty-lefty matchup. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Misses. Outside for a strike. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Pitch on the way. Misses for a ball, 1-2. Splitter that probably missed about a couple inches inside. The 1-2 pitch. High and out of the zone. Curve ball, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Pitch swung on, chopped foul back behind home plate. The 2-2 pitch, 93 outside, ball 3, full count. The payoff pitch, down below the knees, ball 4. So they'll head on down to first. Kerr's already coughed up a run. Palacios will head down to first. Braves lead at 9-2. First pitch on the way, swung on, hit hard on the ground, but good play by Riley. It's going to be a 5-4 rally-killing double play. 2 down. Ball was scalded. Riley was in the right place at the right time. So 2 down. Two down, and that'll bring the right-handed bat to the plate of Alex Jackson. Curveball misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Braves 9, Rays 2. The 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Nowhere near the zone. 2-0. The 2-0. Check swing. He did not go around. Ball 3, 3-0. So a 3-0 count. Ray Kerr, his 15th pitch of the afternoon, is a 4-pitch walk. Once again, runner at first, 2 outs. I think this Ray Kerr experiment has gone on long enough. Krantz is going to go out there to talk to him, probably to tell him, and you can tell Kerr is talking smack too as Murphy comes out there. He rolled his eyes and said something to Murphy as Krantz is on his way out. If that's not a reason to send a guy down, nothing is. 2 down, 1 out. Siri steps to the plate. First pitch on the way is nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Lefty righty. Rocks and fires. Swung on. That ball's laced into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So essentially what has gone on in this appearance for Kerr is what goes on quite a bit with him. He's given up a home run. He's walked 2. If it wasn't for a red-hot ball that was blasted to Riley on a 2-hopper, we would be in a world of trouble right now. I can't believe they got Iglesias getting up right now because of this. First pitch on the way. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, nowhere near the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Two 2-0. That pitch was even worse. So a 2-0 count. And if you're going to run a smaller pen because you're going to have an extra extra starter, one of your bullpen guys cannot be a terrible arm. The 2-0 pitch, nowhere near the zone, ball 3, 3-0. So a 3-0 count. The pitch on the way, 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 3-1. The 3-1. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. He's thrown like 3 strikes. Well, 4 or 5 strikes. One's gone over the wall. The bases are loaded. There's 2 outs. And Ray Kerr can start packing for AAA Gwinnett as far as we're concerned. Iglesias is warming up in the pen. First pitch on the way to the left-hander is 82 miles an hour. That probably hit the zone, but he's been so bad he did not get the call. They're making a big deal about it on the Braves TV broadcast, but when you're that bad, you're not going to get the borderlines. The 1-0, swing and a miss, curveball, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. He's proven all along that he is a lefty specialist. He is not, and I don't think it's necessarily his fault, but he hasn't been developed. The 1-1, swing. That ball's belted down the right field line, just foul. That was going to clear the bases if it was about 4 or 5 feet to the left. So a 1-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch almost hits him. Lowe didn't do much to try to get out of the way. It was a curveball, and he was hoping that would hit the top of his helmet. So a 2-2. The number 2 hitter, so we're right back into the heart of the order again. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, pops it up. We're going to get bailed out of this one. But, man, it's time to send old Curb down to the minor leagues or anywhere. That'll end the game. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. 9-2 the final. Charlie Morton. They're doing the gritty out there in the outfield. It's kind of funny because Cunha and Harris are no longer there, and Kelnick's trying to teach Duvall and Laureano the gritty out there in the outfield, and Kelnick can't do the gritty. Braves win this one 9-2 as the Atlanta Braves have now won 3 in a row. Player of the game, you can go a million different ways, but I'm going to give it to Kid Kelnick. He made a couple of really good plays in the outfield. He got the Braves to take the lead at 2-1. Should have been the game-winning RBI had Ray Kerr spit the bed out there. Charlie Morton goes to 4-3. Kelnick, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, a run scored. You can make a definite argument for Marcell Ozuna. He went 3 for 5 as well with the home run. Matt Olson got a home run, and he got a couple of hits. All in all, a great day from the top of the order. Bottom of the order, not so much. The Braves have won 3 in a row. That's called a winning streak. We'll take it to tomorrow's game for the Braves to face these Rays. Rays improved to 38 games over 500. Which is a nice bounce back after all the losses. And it looks like Baltimore won their game. And Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. We'll see you next time. Braves win a big one. Big one.